Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Randy and this is a thread response, and it's a thread started by James Griffiths over in the UK, one of the most erudite members of the VC and also an author. And he wanted us to show people smiling on album covers. So first thing I thought of was the Undisputed Truths song, Smiling Faces. Some smiling faces sometimes tell lies. So are they really smiling? And that's what I found is it was hard to find rock artists that were smiling. So there's not a lot of rock artists that I'm going to show. I found that country and soul artists smiled more on their records, so I don't know if that means if you're playing country music or soul music, you're happier. I don't know, we'll see. But here's what I came up with for my smiling faces. First one is the incredible Jimmy Smith, the jazz organist. This is his album Home Cooking. I really like the cover on this, the old luncheonette. This is an album I got through the Amazon warehouse sale. It said slight damage on cover, but it was pretty bent up, which I'm a little disappointed in, but it was cheaper. And also on the album with him is Percy France on tenor sax, Kenny Burrell on guitar, and Donald Bailey on drums. And this was, I think it originally came out in '61. This is a Blue Note reissue. So that's my first one. Next, the great pop artist, Gene Pitney. Has a good smile there. This is the country side of Gene Pitney. Of course, Gene Pitney did a couple albums, I think it was 2 albums, with George Jones. He was on the Musicorps label. He had hits like 24 Hours from Tulsa, Town Without Pity, Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Okay, that's my second one. Next, you got great soul artist Clarence Carter. This is kind of a comeback for him. This album, Dr. Cece, smiling at the skeleton there, but he had a huge hit with Strokin', which was, I know, played in all the clubs when I was growing up, but kind of a risque song by Clarence Carter. This is on the Ichabod Records label. Next we have Del Shannon and his album Handyman. This came out around '64 or something like that. Yeah, I don't see it on here, but it was on the Line Records label. Del's kind of looking up at the sky and smiling there. Of course, his big hits were like Hats Off to Larry, Runaway. And on this one, he kind of had a hit with the title track, Handyman, which was originally a hit for the James Jones. I think that's what the guy's name, James Jones? Jimmy Jones. Next, I have the Righteous Brothers, where Bobby Hatfield looks like he has a genuine smile, but Bill Medley's looks a little forced there. Of course, Righteous Brothers had so many big hits with You've Lost That Loving Feeling, Soul and Inspiration, all that. This is their greatest hits. One of the better greatest hits out on Verve. And then we have the great Mink DeVille and his album Sporting Life, which A Woman's Touch is a really good song on here, Little by Little. And he was on the Atlantic label. Of course, Willie DeVille is the main part of Mink DeVille. Next we have Jimmy Buffett and his album Havana Daydreaming. Looks like he just had a couple of margaritas down in Margaritaville. Of course, this album has songs like Defying Gravity, which, is that a John? Who wrote that song? Jesse Winchester, yeah. I was thinking it wasn't Jimmy. And Something So Feminine About a Mandolin. The title track, Women Going Crazy on Carolyn Street. But yeah, on the Rainbow MCA label. So, yeah, that's Jimmy. which I like his earlier material. I think it's pretty good, actually. Next is the country artist Ed Bruce, which I think we lost last year. A lot of his songs have been done were hits for other people. He also acted when they did the reboot of Maverick called Brett Maverick with James Garner. He was his co-star in that show. But yeah, Ed Bruce got a nice smile with his hat there. This is on the MCA label as well. It says for promotional use only, but it's not a white label promo. Ed Bruce. And next, one of the best voices in music, and that's Jerry Butler. This is an album, You and Me, which had the song I Could Write the Book, which is pretty good. This is when he was on Mercury, which is nowhere near as good, I think, as is the stuff he did on VJ earlier in his career. Of course, he was also with the Impressions at the beginning. And this opens up, and it was on the Mercury label. But yeah, Jerry's got a nice smile there, but here when he's with Betty Everett, he's not smiling. But she is, so I guess she's happy, and he's contemplative, I guess, on that. But this is the album Still Delicious Together, which they did an album of duets called Delicious Together. I think this is just that album with a different title on a Charlie reissue. Charlie Records reissued that, but yeah, nice smile by Betty Everett. She had a hit on her own, the Shoop Shoop song, It's in His Kiss. Also did the song Getting Mighty Crowded that Elvis Costello later covered, but yeah. There you go. That's my smilers. Hope everyone's doing well. I'll put a link below to James' original video.